they've got George backpedaling, and it's Kyrie with the alley-oop finish from Orange. Runs into Luka. Luka on the floor, finds Kyrie. Fantastic!
In a league dominated by championship duos such as LeBron and Anthony Davis, Jokic and Jamal Murray, and formidable duos such as KD and Devin Booker, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and Paul George and Kawhi. Two names in the West are not only proving all doubters wrong, but are establishing themselves as the best duos in NBA history. How do Luka and Kyrie rank among star combinations in league history? Are they a championship-winning duo?
Look like it.
Spurs, by the way, have a foul to give. Oh, give and go! Kyrie inside!
In the NBA, star combinations are no new thing. Big threes, duos, star rosters have been created for years, even though they are no guarantee for winning a championship. We all know the big three of the Chicago Bulls winning era: Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman, or the Miami Heat big three of LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh. At the same time, the Brooklyn Nets big three of Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, and the OK three of Russ, PJ, and Melo of the OKC Thunder, none of which made it to the conference finals, existed. Duos are more common, and the NBA has witnessed Kobe and Shaq, and Jamal Murray and Jokic, both of which are championship-winning duos. At the same time, NBA fans have witnessed the duo of Luka and Porzingis, and the Denver Nuggets of Melo and Allen Iverson. Nevertheless, while it is no guarantee of a championship, the 2023-2024 NBA season has seen some of the best duos in recent years. And somehow, Kyrie and Luka are emerging as the best of them all. If you doubt that statement, then you have to believe one of the greatest power forwards of all time, Kevin Garnett.
No better two in the West.
No better.
There's no better two motherfuckers. Luka can literally sit out a whole quarter.
In a Western Conference that has Jokic and Murray, LeBron and AD, Paul George and Kawhi, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, KD and Devin Booker, that's a very bold statement. But you've got to understand that KG has been in some great and horrible star combinations to know exactly what he's saying. The 15-time All-Star was part of the Big Four Boston Celtics that won the 2008 championship, and also the Big Three Brooklyn Nets that won nothing but set the Nets back in years. Nevertheless, a quick look at Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving this season, and you'll understand KG's sentiment. Luka is currently having an MVP-worthy season, as he's leading the NBA with 34.1 points per game. He's also averaging 9.8 assists and 9 rebounds per game. Kyrie Irving, on the other hand, is averaging 25.3 points, 5.3 assists, and 5.1 rebounds per game on 49% shooting. For two superstars that are ball dominant, they have impressively complemented each other this season, leaving other teams confused about who to guard. Kai and Luka can score on anyone. I mean, this is Kai against 7'4" Wembanyama. Not even Wemby could believe what just happened. I mean, usually this is what most people do when they face Wemby. Also, this is Kai with a sky hook in the last play with a buzzer beater over 6'11" Nikola Jokic. On the other hand, the Mavs have one of the best offensive players the NBA has ever seen in Luka Doncic. How many people in NBA history can make a 3-point skyhook effortlessly in the final seconds of a game while being double-teamed? This season, Luka and Kyrie have played 42 games together, with a 27-15 record when both are on the court. In fact, more recently, and before Luka missed the game against the OKC Thunder, Luka and Kyrie played 17 consecutive games in the lineup together. And during that stretch, the Mavs were formidable when their superstar guards were sharing the floor. In those 483 minutes, Dallas had a 122.0 offensive rating and a 112.0 defensive rating for a net rating of 10.0, all while serving as the team's most used two-man lineup. Among all 63 two-man combinations with 400 or more minutes played during this period, the Mavericks superstar combo ranks 8th in net rating, trailing only the Boston Celtics and Denver Nuggets. Before the 17-game streak, Kyrie and Luka were the Mavs' 13th most used pairing, as injuries limited their time on court together. During the previous 22 games, the Dallas Mavericks were terrible, as they had a 118.5 offensive rating, a 114.4 defensive rating, and a 4.0 net rating in the 506 minutes both Luka and Kyrie played together. For what it's worth, their injury crises have always been a source of concern since Kyrie joined the Mavs from the Brooklyn Nets. However, with availability no longer a concern, the rest of the league is on high alert for what this duo is capable of. From an offensive standpoint, this duo has always worked. Kyrie and Luka are electrifying pick and roll and isolation scorers who can utilize many different half-court actions. The Mavs currently rank second in points scored in isolation. When they play together, they have endless options because they are both dynamic perimeter shot makers with exceptional finishing ability. Luka's transcendent passing talent and Kyrie's motion shooting ability are defenders' nightmares. In fact, it's not surprising that they rank first in pull-up shooting points per game, and the Mavs currently hold the NBA's best clutch game-winning percentage. You have to understand that unlike previous seasons, Luka has adapted to Kyrie's fast play and has sacrificed being ball dominant all the time with a catch-and-shoot jumper when he's without the ball. Right now, the combination of Kyrie and Luka has seen the Dallas Mavericks go from being one of the NBA's slowest teams to one of the fastest. The Mavs currently rank 9th in pace and 8th in fast break points per game, all while Luka Doncic has produced improved catch-and-shoot efficiency with increased volume. You have to understand that from the announcement that Kyrie Irving was joining the Mavs, the rest of the league was already scared about the star combination. Jason Tatum, in his words, called their partnership scary. Tyrese Halliburton called both guards toughest one-on-one covers in the league. What's underrated about those two is that they both can play off the ball. Kyrie has done it before. Luka hasn't had to do it yet, but he's one of the highest IQ guys in the league, so he'll figure it out, Halliburton said. Kevin Durant made it known that it's gonna guard any of them. Draymond Green publicly admitted that he doesn't even like the partnership because it's going to be hard to stop two of the best scorers in the NBA. Fast forward to 58 games played together, and the star pairing is leading the rest of the NBA in combined points per game. This season, Luka and Kyrie are the top scoring duos in the NBA, as they combine to score 59.4 points per game. The closest duos to them are Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, who combine to score 54.7 points per game, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who combine to score 50.5 points per game. Even championship-winning duos like Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic combine to score 47 points per game, and LeBron James and Anthony Davis just 49.8 points per game this season. Truth be told, neither Kyrie nor Luka have any glaring weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball. They both can score in any way possible on the floor. They're both superb at driving to the basket, have excellent mid-range shooting, and can kill the opposing team from beyond the arc. They can break down opposing defenses, with or without a screen. How can they be stopped unless they miss their shot? They're a defensive nightmare. Keep in mind that both guards' offensive abilities are not limited to scoring. Luka and Kyrie can not only score, but also set up others in the offense, which is extremely rare for NBA superstar duos. Combined, they scored 15.1 assists per game, which compared to the other duos in the league is second only to Jokic and Murray's 15.7 combined assists per game. In fact, next to them are KD and Booker, who averaged 12.2 combined assists per game. So statistically speaking, Luka and Kyrie are miles ahead of the rest of any duo in the NBA when you combine their points and assists per game. With Luka and Kai sharing the hardwood, no other NBA team has a better offensive duo in the league this season. So it's no surprise that ESPN's Stephen A. Smith picked both guards as the scariest NBA duo.
I'm going to go with Kyrie and Luka, the scariest. I didn't say better. I know Jokic and Murray are better, but Kyrie and Luka, when you consider what they're capable of doing, Shannon.
For what it's worth, both stars have made the Mavericks a title contender. And with their playoff record, the NBA is in for a treat this postseason. Across 28 postseason games, Luka is averaging 32.5 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 7.9 assists per game, while Kyrie, in 74 playoff games, is averaging 23.3 points on 45.5% shooting, with 4.8 assists and 3.7 rebounds per game. The Dallas Mavericks have only made it past the first round of the playoffs once in the last 12 years. And they did when Luka led them to the Western Conference Finals in 2022, only to miss out in the playoffs a season later. In any case, Kyrie's acquisition has undoubtedly elevated them to title contention. Besides, Kyrie is no stranger to being part of a dangerous offensive duo in the playoffs, having been the other half of the only duo to score 40 or more points in an NBA final. In Game 3 of the 2016 NBA Finals, through Game 5, Kyrie Irving averaged 35 points and 6 assists on 56% shooting. Anyway, it's been 8 years since he broke the Cavs' 52-year title drought. Mavs supporters can only hope that he and Luka bring their second franchise NBA championship and break their 13-year title drought. What do you think about Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving's duo? Are they a surprising title contender this season? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.